So, clothing is really good. Like, this is a good design. DuckTales, this t-shirt, you got the main characters on it, you got the name clearly displayed, it's Disney, and you love DuckTales, so you're like, hey, they even got some of the more side characters that aren't shown as much. It's pretty cool. Now, not all Disney shirts are that great. For today's Disney Family Fun Time, I wanted to talk about some of the new Fantasyland football merchandise that came out by Disney, because it's going to be the prize for the Super Bowl winner in our league. So I was like, okay, this is going to be cool, it's going to be super creative things for football players. Some of them are good, a lot of them not so much. So I wanted to be that guy that was like, look, I know what I'm talking about when I say I know my Disney clothing. So I'm going to go look at all of these, put them up there, display them, compare them, have a bracket. I don't know. But the biggest thing you're going to learn is what makes good Disney clothing and what does not. So we start off with the Abominable Snowman, the Yeti. So this is actually a pretty cool looking one, because if you look at the letters, you got the icicles coming out of it. It's super sharp, and it looks like somebody cut through the Yeti. He has chat with us. Am I looking for something special? We can help you with that. No, maybe later. No, I do not want a survey. Fine, I'll give feedback. No, I don't want to give, no. Okay, this one is Brer Fox. He's a cool dude. One thing I do not understand is, why is his tail over here when it should be over there? Like, did he take off his tail and he's trying to play a prank on Brer Rabbit, so then he has his tail all the way out there? Like, something is wrong with Brer Fox. We got Buzz Lightyear. So this is actually pretty well done. It's detailed. His body goes with the logo, so that way it just fits. It doesn't look too off. Like, why is Buzz randomly coming out of letters? Here is Cinderella. So this one is good. It's basic. It's easy. The hair kind of throws me off. It makes me think of like Ayla Secura. Who's that? Who's Anakin's apprentice person? Where she has, the things on the side of her head. That type of thing. That is what it reminds me of with Cinderella. Hey, here we go. We got Darth Vader. Okay, this one is probably one of my top ones right off the bat. I mean, you've got the vehicle right there. You got his normal chest plate. It looks good. Darth Vader still looks scary. You got the lightsabers. And it's one of those, they have the same Star Wars text. It is a really good jacket. I honestly don't like having the word resort on there, but I get it. It looks good because you actually implement football in this one, unlike the other ones, which aren't really that much football. So that is a positive to take from that. Here we go. You got your main creative person, Figment, looking like the scariest person on Earth. Like, he looks like Maleficent. It's interesting how scary looking it is. It doesn't remind you of your typical Figment, but if you're going to a football game, it makes sense. I was not expecting this reference. This one's actually pretty neat. They do well in making the coat of the goat go with the boat. Hey, no. But it looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks good, but it's too plain. Like, I'm gonna be reading it a few times on your chest if you have it. I'm like, what type of goat, before I realize, oh, okay, it has 5 legs. I don't know, it's okay. What? Here we go, the Hatbox Ghost. One of the more memorable Haunted Mansion ghosts that has a huge following. It's interesting. I just wish they would have like done more, or like had the box in the head or so. I don't know. Just, it's interesting. Indiana Jones, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed when I saw this one because it is just gray and boring and there's no other color. However, the t-shirt though, t-shirt is much better. Like, that one actually gets me a little bit hyped, like, hey, it's Indiana Jones. Here we go, we got jingles, you got the bells right there, you got the whole fierce look, the good hair. It looks like it could be a football team logo. Obviously, they probably wouldn't be called the jingles, but it looks good. It looks like a real thing. This Maleficent logo is so good. You got that whole creepy, phantasmic type of look with the tongue and the hair underneath, and it's good. It's a good logo. All right, you got Molly from what is that, Mr. Toad? Let's see, The Wind in the Willows. Yes, I watched it a few times. Not really one of my favorite movies. Okay, here you go. Orange Bird. You got the whole eyebrow thing going on. It's on orange, it's green. It's good. It's safe, but it's good. People will recognize who the Orange Bird is, especially if you got like, the Magic Band or something. Here we go. Pet Goes Bill. Hey, they even got the horseshoe on there. Okay, that's really neat. And on the back of it, most of the backs are just normal number type of things. This one's really good. It has the horseshoe on the back. It's easy to see. It's not the type of shirt that I wear. Just too country for me, but you got Pele from the Tiki Room. Harmony. That is a really good logo. It's one of those where the name doesn't take away from the rest of the shirt, and you got the birds on there. That is amazing. That is great design. It's one of those, like, it's supposed to look fierce, but it just makes me laugh because it is just, the guy looks like he's just ready to go up there and just like slap somebody with the oar. I don't know. It doesn't look too intimidating, but then again, if I saw a rafting bear, I would probably just like jump out and try to swim my way across and realize that was a bad idea and it would not be pretty. Got the shaman, yaman. It's okay. I don't think it's that good. Here we go. You got Sully, the main man. There you go. What's up, Sully? Okay, this one's funny to me. They had the whole issue with the auctioneer this year, and then here they go and they are advertising the auctioneer and selling t-shirts of him. So Trader Sam, one of people's favorites, those who drink, they love Trader Sam, they love the place, they love collecting everything. This one is really cool because you have kind of what they were trying to do with Sleeping Beauty, where, you know, one side's a certain color, the other side's a certain color, but it's good because they split it right down the middle, but then you have the inverse of her fins, and it's just very easy to tell who she is, and the backing even has a tentacle coming out of it. Here is your main Fantasyland football shirt. The front is extremely plain. On the back, it is interesting though how they do have the Walt Disney World Wonders and the Disneyland Dreamers. They have kind of the roster on there, if you will. And this is our final one. You got the Walt Disney World Wonders. Once again, they do good with the whole football right here. So overall, if I had to grade kind of a top 3 based on the design and also what I'd actually wear, number 1 would probably be the Walt Disney World Wonders, just because I like the design, I like the blue on blue. Number 2 would probably be the Pele. I mean, the t-shirt is really cool, especially with the whole birds on the back. Even the jacket is really cool. It's not as colorful, but it's one of those you still get the general idea, and it still has the volcano feeling to it. In number 3, I got Darth Vader because it is awesome. It is one of those where everybody knows who Darth Vader is. It's one of those where they do really well with just implementing the whole fear on it. You know, it's not a light colored jacket in the background. It's one of those where it fits the whole Darth Vader theme. And now it's on to our Fantasyland Football League A playoff bracket, sponsored by me. So, your 1 versus 8 matchup is Experiment 626, who has been rolling with his favorite characters. He is playing Team X-Blades. X-Blades, who lost their first 5 games, won the last 3, and makes it in over Dan and Amber due to tiebreakers. Your 2 versus 7 matchup is I'm Going to Disney World versus Kiss Army. I'm Going to Disney World features our current league MVP, Mr. Incredible, who finished the season with the most points, versus Kiss Army, who was the number 1 seed for a few weeks and dropped all the way down to 7. Number 3 versus number 6 is Maui's Breakaway, led by Maui, versus the Magical Monstars, who have been solid early on and then a little flaky, but Mrs. Incredible is still a very solid leader for the team. Number 4 versus number 5 is very close because they just played each other and tied. It split the small world with a home field advantage due to tiebreaker of points over close encounters of the third kind. Should be a good matchup just because they tied and Doc got injured that game. Now for your League B Fantasyland Football Playoff matchups. Number 1 is the Tinkers, who had the best record in the league, and they have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They are playing number 8 Babes in Red Zone Land, who has the league MVP and barely made the playoffs over Haplo's Happy Ghost hosts. Number 2 is Snow White and the Seven Starters facing another Snow White, Jon Snow Whites, in a battle that should be very snowy. Number 3 is Doc McStuff and the Runs versus the Phoenicians, who knows, whatever it is, they didn't do well in March Magic, my bad. And number 4 versus number 5 is going to be a close matchup of two friends. It's Taco Bell Ballers versus Salty Old Pirates, who both have very strong lineups, and Taco Bell's Ballers was actually the leading scorer in the entire league. However, she had bad matchups, so she is all the way at number 4 seed, even though she had the highest amount of points throughout this entire league. So stay tuned as these next few weeks go by and by until we reach our Fantasyland Championship Bowl.